All right, welcome everybody. In this video, I want to discuss another type of iterative loop, which is a while loop. And so while loops work pretty similar to for loops, but a while loop is just better suited for situations when we don't know how many times we need to iterate something. So a really common use of a while loop, and one that we'll use shortly, is when you want to improve an approximation one iteration at a time, and then you want to stop the process once you get within a certain level of precision. And you don't know how many iterations it's going to take before you reach that goal of precision. So in general, a while loop is just a loop that is going to repeat a set of actions while a condition is true, and it's going to stop running once that condition is false. So the basic syntax looks something like we begin it with a while, with the word while. We have a space. Then inside a set of parentheses, we enter a condition, some logical condition, and then a space, and then a set of curly braces. And inside the set of curly braces, we indicate the code that we want to run while the condition is true. So we would read this while loop and saying, while our condition is true, run this code. And we use similar kind of layout to help the readability, which is we tend to indent the code that is going to run inside the while loop. So what happens with a while loop is it's first going to check whether the condition is true. If it is, do the stuff inside the curly braces, and then go back and check the condition. If it's still true, do the stuff inside the curly braces, go back, check the condition, and so on. It's going to keep doing those first two steps until the condition is false. Once the condition is false, we exit the loop. So down here, let's run our first while loop. It's going to work very similar to the first for loop that we ran. So here we're going to just initialize some object I. We're going to set equal to 1. And then we're going to start this while loop. And this loop is going to run while the value of I is less than 4. And what it's going to run is it's going to print a message to the screen that says the text, the current iterator value is space, and then it's going to print the value of I to the screen. And then it's going to go ahead and add 1 to I and store that as the new value of I. So you can imagine we set I equal to 1. So now it starts this while loop, and it's going to say while I is less than 4. Well, my initial value of I is 1, which is less than 4. So that's true. Print this to the screen with I being 1. It's going to add 1 to I. So now the value of I has gone up, and it's now 2. And now it's going to check this condition again. Is I less than 4? Yes, I is equal to 2. So now print this message with I being 2. Add 1 to the previous value of I, which was 2. And now we have a new value of I, which is 3. 3 is less than 4. So run this code again. Print this message. Add 1 to the value of I, and now I becomes 4. Now it checks this condition. I is no longer less than 4 at this point. This condition is false, and it's just going to stop the loop. It's going to exit the loop. So we should see that reflected in this output. It first ran through with I being 1. It ran through with I being 2. When I was equal to 3, it printed this message, added 1, and now I was equal to 4. And at that point, it exited the loop.